Welcome everybody, it's Rev. We got some additional pile theory for your ass. So this is pile, very big pile. So if you're unfamiliar with pile theory, it's something that more or less originated in GOAT with the warrior pile, but a very powerful duelist, Marcus Law, invented the bird pile. Now, Marcus Law is probably the best duelist in Edison right now. Probably the best duelist in retro. I think he's the best duelist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Scratch that. He's the best duelist in the game's history. And he invented the bird pile, and I've been iterating it a little bit and just wanted to talk about the theory behind a 45 card bird pile. So the issue I was running into when running the bird pile was there were a lot of cards not only that I wanted to run, so like multiple blizzards, multiple Kalutes. Trooper's a amazing card. Raiko's generally very good. Gore's is just a sacky one of card that your opponent needs to play around. But if you just limit it to 40 cards, you can't really do that. In addition, you have to dig into like real actual support cards, like potentially cutting a deck dev, cutting Dimpriz. People were cutting MST, like just actual real cards, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So um, I kind of came upon the idea by like just actually adding all the cards that I wanted to have and just save the deck, and that's basically it. A few other things that I think um, make the pile good is that when you have a bunch of one-ofs and you have like a much wider range of kind of the types of threats you can present, it's a lot harder for your opponent to play around those. So again, this is a 45 card deck. This isn't meant to be like hyper competitive. I'm sure it could be slimmed down, but I'm not entirely sure for Bird Pile like it should be a 40 card deck. I mean, I haven't played a ton of games with this, but so far it actually just feels better as 45 cards. In addition, it allows you to actually side deck in the very slim 40 card Bird Pile. Siding is just a hindrance. Like your deck almost always kind of just gets worse post side, which is like kind of the whole point of playing like Vayu or Blackwing. Um, they're like the two like decks in the format in like most matchups that get better post side and not worse. So with the 40 card bird pile, you actually just have to like gut like actual engine cards. In this, you don't. Like you can just flex out like your less good traps, like bottomless would come out like for something like frogs, like so on and so forth. Or you can like flex out like a Clute or a Vayu. And like hearing people say like, oh, you only like run like the one of Blizzard and like one of Vayu because you don't want to draw those cards. Like that's insane. Like I want to draw blizzards and values. Like it's even better to search them, of course, but like I do want to draw these cards. Um, the other thing that I like about 45 cards is it allows you to have like way more side space to like add in cards in your side that you like otherwise wouldn't be able to run. So like a fissure, like you'd never be able to run this in like a 40 card main, 15 card side. You'd have to make like concessions on like actual defensive traps. You'd have to like slim down on a crow. You wouldn't be able to run nobleman. You might not be able to find space for road. Like minecon, you'd probably squeeze in there somehow, but like more or less, like this just gives you a lot more flexibility with siding as well as side deck space. So that's really it. We're going to jump into some games and we're just gonna slam cards because that's just in the like the mood I'm in. Like I don't want to think. Like the few games that I've played with this deck, like it's just gas or it's ass. So we're not going to think. We're just going to slam cards and see how it goes. Let's do it. All right, here we go. As a reminder, if you like the content, feel free to subscribe. If you don't like the content, feel free to leave a hate comment. Oh my god, we just won RPS. That is insane. It's never happened to me before. I've never won an RPS. I'm not sure I'm going to know what to do. Um, intradasting. Intradasting. So I said I was just gonna slam cards. I mean, we're super low level. Like, let's just slam cards. I'm not thinking. Whatever Hadnins, Hadnins. Hey, I mean, I don't think we have any deck dev set up, so we'll just drop cores, and that will enable our deck dev. There's no real reason to set solemn here. Uh, Whirlwind's a somewhat unfortunate mill, but like, thinking in those terms is just in my opinion, incorrect. Like when you think about kind of like what we just enabled, we're now one dark away from dark armed. We have blizzard set up. Um, so yeah, I mean, occasionally you're just gonna mill good cards, but like you just have so many other like good mill targets in this deck that milling is good. I mean, from the handful of games I've played with this, the amount of times I just like mill the nuts, like to just get like a dark armed live or whatever it might be, is just insane. This is a nutty opener, so this game's looking like it's probably a foregone conclusion. But we may be able to crack back with Gores. We'll see. What the F? What in the F? What in the F is that? Holy shit. We're getting wombo comboed. Do you have another? This is so crazy. This format's so bad. Like, you should not be able to do this shit. Half the shit my deck does, you shouldn't be able to do either. But, like, the ceiling for just, like, drawing one card should not be that high. Same with shit like Future Fusion. What the fuck is this? Pickaxe, DDR, DDR. So we take 1900. Draw, shuffle. We drop this first. Whoops. We'll drop it in that order. That's correct. Fuck, you hit the deck dev. Wild. Can you make? This was what, 16? 1600? God damn it. Alright. Well, see, this is what we're talking about when we get Blizzard live. We don't have a Vayu engrave, right? Nah. Uh, so we have 27 plus 16 plus 23, which is 66. I mean, I think, pretty clearly just YOLOing here and like dropping a Blizzard and then making uh the Brio. Just trying to think if there are any other lines. And then we just clear these two. Um, we have no other grave set up, but we do have Blizzard. Okay, this is fine. I mean, if we play into Gores, we play into Gores. We'll just try to back it up by Solemn. This is so laggy whenever I like try to record shit. So what's not getting pitched is Solemn. So what is getting pitched is Soroka's not really doing us any favors. Raiko's gonna be too slow. So it's probably sure just to like get in to poke since we don't need to tribute for it. If we survive next turn. I mean, if he has Gores here, he just has the crack back, but we're slamming cards. Um, let's think if he has Gores here, we're just gonna lose. So like post side, I mean, we obviously want it looks like some spell and trap removal. We want oppressions probably. Deck devs seem probably pretty good. I mean, with this many equips, is he really on Gores? I doubt it. Highly, highly doubt it. Um, I highly, highly doubt it. So we have a bounce and a solemn, or two bounces and a solemn, plus a yeah. So I mean, this is the pile theory. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you just randomly sack. Like, embrace the sack, enjoy the sack. All right. So what did we say we were gonna board in? So power tool. What kind of card is that again? What in the actual fuck? Like, this is the thing about low level ladder. Like, I don't want to grind this account up. Ugh. Where the fuck was Powerful Dragon? I don't think it matters. Like, I was thinking like if there's any machines that we need to like contact away, but I don't think so. So, um, we want the oppressions. We want dusts probably. We want, what else did we say we wanted? Deck devs, which we already have. This I don't think is good. Road. Did he represent like any one card nukes or something? I mean, I'm almost assuredly gonna miss side in like against a deck like this. I've never seen this deck. Pickaxe could probably pick apart our grave, but we can't really do anything about that. I don't think we've confirmed like hamsters or Rykos, so neither of these come in. I don't think we saw anything grave reliant, so I think it's just these. Probably dump hand pretty quick. DDR. So what would combo with DDR? I think this is going to be one of those games where like we kind of just go into game two blind. So he had cat, monk, those like cat, monk, those like vanilla wolves. I think Airbellums we want to keep in bottomless. He might try to like counter side, so I think actually Gores can come out because we're boarding in the oppressions. Um, Trooper seems fine. I don't know. Let's just side out an Icarus. Like I don't know if like he's gonna think that he's gonna board in like Icarus or something. I really don't know. We'll just do that. And then Solemn, of course we want to keep. I am afraid of Arabellums attacking me. So maybe we just like side out a Blizzard to get faster and it like conflicts with oppression. It's like Blizzard typically does require some setup unless you mill like a pro. Embrace the sack, enjoy the sack. Alright. So what could a set monster be? Like Raikou, Hamster, Vanilla. We probably like if we're gonna be setting up a Black Whirlwind, I think it's probably better to, I mean, normally I think I'd want to make a Dark End here. Okay, let's start slamming. I said I was gonna slam. I don't think there's anything we're doing with Rhoda this turn. Um, let's just slam. Where I was going with that is normally I'd want to make a Dark Arm to like play around hamsters and stuff, but uh, we haven't seen hamster, and I also think we were going to want to protect our back row, and we can dodge with MST and Torrential, so I think Stardust is just better here. So like what I mean by dodge is if he activates like Brain Control, we can MST our own stuff and then activate Stardust, negate, and dodge it. So just make the Stardust. This is laggy, man. Laggy, man. Plus, if like we draw another Blackwing, we could potentially run away with the game. Okay, so it was a recruiter. We got punished a little bit. We got punished a little bit. Oh shit. Um, so now we know that's something. Now we know that's something. So best case scenario here is if he's bringing out this, he's either going to try to sweep our back row, which would suck. Or he's going to brain this, and then we can dodge, and then torrential if he doesn't have the back row sweep. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe there was merit to, maybe there was merit to attacking with this. I don't know. That just seems like I'm not sure we could have predicted Giant Rat. So what's he going to try to make, like a Goyo here? I don't think I'm that worried about it. I don't think I'm that worried about it. Rio? We're not gonna like die, are we? I think what we do is MST target this player, and then if he tries to go in harder, we just torrential his butt cheeks. He could just bounce and then like go in and like hand rip us or something, but just what it is. Like heavy, scary, like blind MST, bouncing this is scary. And one normal monster you control, then target one monster. So he hasn't normal summoned. I don't know if there's a way to like revive Cat. I don't think so. I just don't know, like, I think these very niche cards. There's some way for him to just like wombo combo our ass. Let's thonk on that shit. Thonk for a +1? Sure. And if you're gonna wombo combo us, might as well get the +1 while it's like a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Blind MST? What could you, why would you possibly blind MST this? So, slick tip. Oh my god! Let's see if he lets us take it back. Um, he's maybe a nice guy. See, when I'm recording these things, I'm yapping too much. Uh, so he's nice. Yeah, that was bad. But what I was going with like blind MST, because that caught me off guard, was you could just set MST there. Uh, and like if I were baited into normal summoning her Kalut, it just makes me waste my normal summon. Then you just chain MST to Black Whirlwind. Um, and then yeah, I always make these type of misplays when I'm talking like over my gameplay. That's why live gameplay is so hard. Um, but he's a nice guy. So what was I gonna say? That's what you do, and it also represents back row, which makes me think harder. Although dumb, he was playing around Stardust. He was playing around Stardust, so I double forgot. I double forget it. All right, let's refocus in. Stop yapping. I just need to be silent for like 1 minute. I don't think we can kill, right? Let's just play a card. Let's just see a card, play a card, slam, slam a dama. See what happens. Why it's lagging so much? I hit send. Oh, there we go. Banish. 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 And we're just gonna go in. I mean, it's kind of one of those game states where if he has gores, it's just he has gores. So he can crack back with Caius. Um, let's just make him sweat it. Let's just set the Rhoda. I just highly doubt a deck like this plays gores with equip spells. Embrace the sack, enjoy the sack. I promise y'all, my gameplay is not this bad when I'm not live. I actually think about my plays and don't forget my Stardusts. Viewing extra deck, which is spooky. Instant fusion. Sure. What the? Cybersaurus. E-Telly. Sure. So we can make a 9. That's kind of cool. Ooh, where's the extra deck? Extra deck. All right. That's really unfortunate because our shit got banished. Uh, we could just take it with Goyo though, right? Or we could swing over with Kalut. Or is one better than the other? I mean, I think Goyo has to be better. It just sets us back a draw, but we get a free 2500. Um, we get a value in the grave. Ooh, grave cost. It's so distracting with this lag. Like, go. There we go. Player. We'll just, if he interrupts us, he interrupts us. Banish. I guess we're kind of ahead on board. This is pretty fragile, especially with the Kalut top deck. Um, I mean, but we have a lot of damage here. And he's playing a combo deck, so if he's down on like 2 cards, there's probably not a lot he can do. So there's no way we win, even if the Kalut runs over something. So attack with Goyle. We'll take that. If he runs over this, I guess he can like get another, but do we care? No. No. Watch him like was gonna say like drop a dark armed, but he doesn't have a single dark. Earth armed dragon. It should have been Earth armed dragon. Why the fuck did they make it dark? Dark was already too powerful. So yeah, that's the gameplay. I mean, pardon the missed Stardust, but I mean realistically this kind of shows like how you win with this deck. You just like randomly have big power plays. Like every card in your deck's kind of just broken. Like Gores is just a bullshit broken like Saki one of that like reversaled this guy. And this is like god combo territory. Like this if he like went into the deck builder with this exact opener in mind and still lost. Not that like I'm calling this guy bad or anything. I'm just saying that like this deck just has the sack factor. I mean, embrace the sack, enjoy the sack. That's all I'm saying. Embrace it. Don't be ass. As James Ark would say, don't be ass. So we pitched the two right ones, I think. He takes a bunch of damage. We have follow-up with Solemn Shura. Did he top deck the Fader or something? Oh no, this was the other game. So our siding plan, I think, actually was correct. So we sided in oppressions and deck divs, and we had a ton of targets for both of those. We just didn't draw them. I don't even think in hindsight, I mean, even actually Stardust was the correct play. Like think about how kind of, I mean, with this hand, he had Monk in hand. We probably would have lost if we didn't make Stardust. We would have had to nuke our own stuff. Like we were able to bring back Stardust. Able to go in for like considerably more pressure. I don't know. I'd have to like rewind again to see if like if Dark End, if we made that, we would have lost the game. But I think Stardust may have just won us the game. Like this card, like is just a one card Goyo. Like yeah, you have to stack for Plague, but you can Arma Goyo, or if you have another Dark Greffer Goyo, you just get a free 2500 beater. Goyo should. I cannot believe that this card is 2800. That's nuts. Well, I'm gonna cut it here. Thanks for watching, guys. I actually enjoy Edison when I just slam cards, slam the pile. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I'm out. Text me.